Hi everyone. So today's topic I wanted to discuss is pretty much how people do not think way ahead of time in their lives. They only really have like short-term thinking. And what do I mean by that? Well, I guess one of the best examples could be smokers, right? So people who smoke, when they get that nicotine, they usually feel good for about 5 minutes, and then afterwards it's just all the same. So for short-term thinking, it's okay. Like, you can relax, you can take off the stress. I never smoked, so I'm not sure if it would be the same for me, but from what I've witnessed, it seems like this is the case a lot of the times. So for short-term thinking, like relaxing, after a stressful day or during your lunch break, okay, sure, it's good for now, but in the long term, how good is smoking? Like, all the side effects will just come to you, like a nuclear bomb later in life. And people like don't think that far ahead. Like, it's good for now that you're smoking, like you can relax and all that. But when you get older, like, it's gonna be really bad. The second example could be, and now it it probably relates to a lot of people nowadays, is how not doing really anything with your life right now, or just relaxing, watching TV, whatever, just pretty much just doing nothing. It's good in short term for now. If you can relax, watch TV or watch a TV series or whatever. Yeah, like, it's easy. You don't have to do anything. It's relaxing. It's all good. Now, it's for short term, but for long term, if you keep watching TV every day after work and don't do anything else, well, I guess pretty much the worst case scenario is up until the day of your death, you will most likely be nothing. You will achieve nothing and you will not be remembered, and pretty much you will have a very simple, regular life. And that's it. A lot of people talk how they would love to be rich, they would love to be famous, but they don't do anything to achieve that because they don't think in that way for long term, right? But if people did actually think in long term, they will avoid discomfort now to get or to achieve a lot of comfort later in life. Because from everything I've done, and pretty much from a lot of things that I've witnessed, it really comes down to the simple rule: little discomfort now equals to a lot of comfort later. So for example, the same with smoking. If you don't feel comfortable when you're not smoking, it will be discomfortable now, but it will be a lot more comfortable later in life when your health is in a way better condition. Same with riches and fame. If you do actually something with your life to achieve that, if you want, it's gonna bring you discomfort because you won't be able to watch a lot of TV, but later in life it's gonna bring you a lot of comfort. And it's with everything in life. Now, this goes back to some of my previous videos when I said, when one of my videos was covering the free will. So then again, free will for most people doesn't really exist, and this is one of the examples. Because if free will did exist, then people would try and do a lot of things that would make their life better. But a lot of the time people avoid doing those things, and they actually do things that give them comfort for now, but will most likely bring you discomfort later in life. And that's really what separates like successful and healthy people from unsuccessful and unhealthy people. In one of my other videos, I have mentioned that not everybody is destined for success, and this is exactly the reason why. Because very few people think in the long term, because they know that doing something discomfortable or something hard now will make their life way better and way easier later. But a lot of people avoid doing those things. They seek comfort now, but they will deal with a lot of discomfort later. and that's just how it is. And that's pretty much about it. You know, I could give more examples, but I think you get the idea, right? So, yeah. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.